Hello, everyone. Welcome in live again. We'll let everyone kind of get into the chat, get into the live. We had a whole bunch of people waiting.
I love
Tessa, maybe
that.
we should start by introducing ourselves.
I feel like
Maybe
there's
some
probably
people don't
some
know.
noobs out there, Julie. I think we should. They're
Yeah, a
probably
lot of
thinking, who
people.
the heck are these people?
Yeah, I know a lot of you joined because you're really excited about Montreal's announcement. They're going to announce who they'd like to play in the first round of the 2025 PWHL playoffs presented by Shark Ninja.
Oh, the
Uh,
drama.
oh, the
Oh, the
drama.
drama.
Oh, the drama. We're so excited to get to do that announcement and that Danielle Sauvageau is going to join us in the next couple minutes here. First of all, I'm Julie Teixeira. This is Tessa Bonham. We
Hello.
are the Jocks and Jills podcast. We're the official podcast of the PWHL. The standings turned out crazy this year, Tessa. We talk about them every week. We'll be talking about them on Tuesday. Before we bring in Danielle, we have to talk a little bit about the triple header Saturday. It was one of the wildest days of hockey I have ever witnessed in my life.
Yeah. And
Uh,
you're doing this on purpose. I know you're doing this on purpose.
I'm really buttering it up.
Yeah.
I know your picks Friday didn't go as planned, but you did really
Listen,
well all year with our FanDuel picks, man.
thank you. You know what? I appreciate that.
You
Except
did.
I could not have been more wrong if I tried this time around. Look,
It's the
last season
playoff.
I picked Boston to win it all. And then halfway through the season, I wasn't sure if they were going to do it. Then they ended up getting in and they made a push to the final. I was like, man, I could sound like a genius. It didn't. This year, as the season kept going on, I'm like, Boston's looking like a playoff team. I had picked Montreal to win it all at the beginning of the season. So then I was like, I might switch my pick to Boston. And then when we were making our predictions for Saturday, I said, I don't think Boston is going to let Minnesota into the playoffs. They're going to take that game, unfortunately, for Minnesota. And Minnesota made me look really dumb. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But I could not have been more wrong, even if I tried. But congrats to Minnesota. That was one heck of a game. Congrats to Ottawa for punching their ticket. Look it, and they did it in a fashion where there was a team in Toronto that really wanted that first place.
Yeah.
And so it's not like it was a nothing game for them. They didn't want to let Montreal have it. And instead, Ottawa took their fate into their own hands. They got the job done and they got in the playoffs for the first time. So you know what? I'm cool with it because now we're heading into the playoffs. And I got no idea. I have no idea what to expect. I'm like, I'm cool with this. Yahtzee it. I don't even know.
We did Yahtzee it. It was a crazy finish. Montreal winds up in first place because Toronto went to overtime with the Ottawa Charge. Ottawa obviously getting the overtime winner there, punching their ticket to the postseason. The Minnesota Frost with a beatdown of the Boston Fleet on Saturday to
Yeah.
punch their ticket
It
to the
wasn't even just a
postseason.
win. It was legit a beatdown. You said it. I was just like, what is happening? I
I
couldn't
know.
believe it. I
I
kept
know.
texting you.
I know. I can
Mind
tell you
blown
have a lot to
emoji.
say about it. Guys, we will break down that game, that day, that triple header in full on our episode of Jocks and Jills on Tuesday. So make sure you tune in. We'll be right here on the PWHL's YouTube page and wherever you guys get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple, wherever you can find them, we'll be there. Tessa, let's talk a little bit about Montreal's record against Ottawa and Minnesota, the two teams they have the option to choose between to play in the
Let's
first
do
round
it.
before we bring in Danielle here. Ottawa, their season series against that team, they won it 4-2.
They did,
But the end of that season series, it was Ottawa that won those two games.
which is wild to think, right? But also not because that was the moment when Ottawa realized, are we going to let this happen again? You know, last season they had an
Yeah.
opportunity to punch their own ticket, to earn wins when they needed them, and to get in the playoffs, and they went over. So this season, I mean, yeah, and look, what a vote of confidence for their team, right? Going up against the top dogs in the league and taking wins when they needed to, without their number one goaltender in Emmerich Smashmeyer. Gwyneth Phillips steps in and proves she too is a number one
Yep.
goaltender. They got a 1A and a 1B. So I feel like for Montreal and this one as well, this is what I love what Montreal did all season. Both Elaine Chewy, both Elaine Chuli and Anne-Renee Desbiens have seen games against both of these teams.
Yeah.
So both goaltenders are familiar. God forbid anything happen, or if a goalie ever needs a night off. I think it's fantastic what Montreal has done against both of these teams.
Yeah. Minnesota, they won the series 4-2 as well. Anything on
Yep.
them?
Well, Montreal won the last two meetings, which is great. Rooney played every single game except for one. Hensley has only seen them once. Julie and Desbiens split the series between these two. Again, what a brilliant move by Sauvageau and Corey Chevry. Julie had a win and two losses, and Desbiens had three straight wins against Minnesota. So, I mean, do I know who they're going to pick? No, I don't, because literally you're looking at both the statistics on both of them. It's like, I guess it just comes down to gut instinct. I don't know. They could have flipped a coin for all I know, but I think we're going to find out soon because I think it's about time we bring Danielle in, don't you?
I think it's time. Again, we'll break down all those games from Saturday on Tuesday's episode of Jocks and Gels. Make sure you tune in. For now, let's get to the announcement you have all been waiting for and bring in Danielle Sauvageau, GM of the Montreal Victoire. We should have a drum roll. Here she is. Danielle, thank you so much for jumping on Jocks and Gels and making this announcement with us. It's a huge honor.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, congratulations to you and to the Montreal Victoire on locking up first place. Let's get right to it because we know fans are waiting. We all saw the envelope this morning on social media, and now we want to know what's inside. Who have the Montreal Victoire chosen as their opponent in the first round of the 2025 PWHL playoffs presented by Shark Ninja?
Well, just before I do that, like to take a moment, un moment très privilégié pour d'abord et avant tout dire merci à tous ceux et celles qui nous ont suivis. C'est une rare opportunité de se retrouver au premier rang et on tient visiblement à leur remercier le leadership de la Ligue, mais aussi les équipes contre qui nous avez joué tout au cours de l'année. Alors oui, c'est un privilège d'affronter un adversaire au premier rang pour notre prochaine série. So it is an incredible, special moment for our organization, but I would like to thank, obviously, and take the opportunity to thank the leadership of our league, as well as our opponent to make us better game after game. So the level of competition this year has been exceptional, and every team pushed each other to showcase the incredible talent that we are so proud to see on the ice. So having that in mind, and I would like to, here you go, to the team that we will be playing our first round of playoff is. Alors voici l'équipe que nous aimerions affronter au premier tour des séries éliminatoires cette semaine sera. There you go. The charge.
Ottawa.
The Ottawa Charge, the pick is in. The Montreal Victoire have selected the Ottawa Charge in the semifinals of the PWHL playoffs presented by Shark Ninja. Danielle, tell us a little bit about the decision. I'm like shaking right now. I'm so excited. I feel like there was a grand reveal right now on Jocks and Gels, and I'm very excited and very proud of it. Danielle, can you tell us a little bit about what went into the decision? What was the process like, and was it more difficult maybe than you expected it to be?
Yes and no, because at the beginning of the year, what we have done is we put the process together in order that if we were, and if we had the privilege to be in this situation, that we were going to follow a process. So sometimes it's just a question of putting it all there and then put it into an envelope and then open the envelope is the privileges there. Donc, au début de l'année, nous avons mis sous scellé le processus avec lequel nous aimerions, justement, si on était pour être devant cette situation, de suivre un processus que nous avons mis en place. Alors, we didn't, obviously, I mean, you've talked about it. 3 teams that finish at 44 points, and it is the tiebreaker. So obviously, we just went down. We included the staff, the players, and I think this reflection shows unity and show based on who we are, people, all of our staff and athlete, especially the athlete, has a voice. And obviously, with gathering all the information, we come to this reflecting decision.
So what were some of the main reasons why you chose Ottawa? You said you talked to some of your players. Was it just comfortability with them? I'm going to assuming you addressed the goaltenders.
I think that all the above, I mean, all question that you could imagine, we ask ourselves. And I think going into it, we would take probably hours to do so. So we could possibly talk about it later. And these are the things that, as of now, we're going to keep it where it is amongst, obviously, the athletes. And we're going to move ahead with some of those answers that we have question for.
How much confidence did those last couple games of the season, Danielle, give your team going into the postseason?
Well, I believe that everything is a process, as all of us know. You guys have been competing, so every time, and it's like this for every organization, is that we prepare a game, we play a game, and then we look at what needs to be done for the following game. So I believe in Corey is an amazing coach, and with her coaching staff, the ethics and the culture of obviously not leaving anything behind or undone on answer shows exactly where the team is right now. So I think it's a question of continuing, and we are where we are, and we just want to pursue it till the end.
I have to ask this because obviously last season Toronto went ahead and picked Minnesota, who squeaked in the playoffs. Did you learn from their mistake last season, or
Well, which I don't know what mistake they made. They made a decision based on the information that they had,
right? That's
obviously,
fair.
based on what they had as a plan. And again, this is just an amazing league. Everything could happen. And at the end of the day, there's a lot of consideration that came into it. So it's not like only one ingredient. There's a lot, and we wanted to make sure that we had the best recipe as possible, and we took everything into consideration. So yes, it is pretty unique to our league. I heard that even the NHL was talking about it or thinking about it. Is that the best way to move ahead of their playoff? And I think that it is pretty unique, and this is great because this is what this league is all about: is to create a new opportunity or a new way of doing things, and that is one of them. So I think it's a privilege more than, you go with what you know, and basically a game is a game and it's being played on the ice.
Well, it's a privilege that Montreal has earned. You guys have picked Ottawa in the first round of the PWHL playoffs. You guys kicked that off May 8th, 7 p.m. at Place Bell. Game 2 will be May 11th. Timing TBA on that one. Toronto will kick off their series against Minnesota Wednesday, May 7th. Guys, make sure you take a look at tickets for those games. If you can't get in the building, make sure you're watching right here on PWHL YouTube, on Amazon, or on TSN in Canada. Thank you all so much for joining. Danielle, thank you so much for hopping in. Everyone, remember to listen to Jocks and Jills Tuesday morning to get ready for all things PWHL playoffs presented by Shark Ninja.